Hey friends, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for joining me for a class today. Now I have got about a 20-minute beginner Pilates class just for you. Now I will say even though this is a beginner class, this does not mean my more advanced and intermediate students can't jump in. We are going to go pretty slow, and let's face it, sometimes the slower we go in Pilates, the more challenging it becomes. In fact, I was shaking at a few times during this, so if you see me sweating, I am sweating from the workout and not just the lights around me. Also, I really want to say a big thank you to all of my wonderful virtual students and friends that have reached out over the past month or so since when I began this channel to either say thank you or to send me requests for classes. I really value that. I love hearing from you out there, so don't feel like it would be weird if you want to send me a message, no matter what it's about. I love getting them. You can shoot me an email, reach out on Instagram, or leave me a comment here. I will absolutely get back to you. It might take me a few days, but I really do value, appreciate, and love hearing from you. So let's get going and start our class. We'll begin starting at the back of our mat, standing up nice and tall, feet about hip distance apart. Let your hands hang down by your sides. Feel your feet connecting to the earth and just notice if the weight is kind of falling over to one side, or maybe it's traveling forward or back into your heels. Ideally, we want it right in the center. So a nice easy way to find that, sometimes for me, I lift up all 10 toes and I just notice. For me personally, I have a habit of kind of rotating towards the inner part of my foot. But you should feel the big toe ball mound, your little toe ball mound, and your heel. It's kind of like a little triangle of your foot. And I almost think of my feet as little suction cups. I'm trying to lift up through my inner arches. And when I find that nice evenness between those three places on both my feet, then I set my feet down. Maybe you notice that thinking about that so much already turned on your legs, and that's a good thing. Keep oh my goodness, keep trying to draw those inner thighs towards one another. Pull your belly button in and imagine a little belt around the small of your waist, ever so slightly toning and turning on your abdominal muscles just a little bit more. Now notice what's going on in your upper body. Could we imagine two little strings attached to your shoulders, gently pulling them apart to broaden your chest? Think of a little string attached to your sternum, ever so slightly pulling it up, while at the same time you're still pulling your belly button in. Lift your head up a little higher and just let your hands be heavy down by your side. Now you might notice that it doesn't really look like we're doing anything. We're just standing here. But how engaged are our muscles? That's what class is all about today, keeping our muscles turned on, engaged, even when it doesn't look like we're doing much. That's what Pilates is all about, my friends. Now, keep thinking about that feeling here. Pull your belly button up and in. And all I want us to do is exhale, drop our chin to our chest. Nothing else changed in my body other than my chin kind of dropped and rounded forward. You might get a nice little stretch through your cervical spine. And in fact, the more I think about lifting up the back of my head, you definitely get a double chin kind of look here, but you should feel a nice stretch. The back of your cervical spine. Take an inhale and bring your nose back up to center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, nose right on back up to center. Last one, chin to chest. And now this time, without letting your shoulders collapse in, they're going to keep reaching out nice and broad. Bend your knees, drop the top of your head, and start to roll lightly down. You don't have to go very far, just as far and just as deep as whatever feels good for you. Take a breath when you get to that spot, and then bend the knees more and start to restack each vertebrae, making sure your shoulders are nice and broad. Stand tall and straight. Again, chin to chest, bend the knees, drop the head. It's like a little weight attached to the top of your head, pulling it down, 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 and then slowly bringing yourself up, up, up. One more time, all the way down, just as deep as you so choose. And then restack the spine and stand tall and straight and hold. Now, have you lost any of that engagement through our whole body that we just talked about? What do you need to think about? Maybe it's toning your inner thighs together. Maybe it's really activating that spot where your thigh and your glute connect, or turning on your low abdominal muscles a little bit more. There are so many body parts to think about. You can't go wrong. Just give everything a nice engagement, and you will be standing taller and straighter before you know it. Bring your hands to your hips. All I want us to do from here is lightly bend our knees, pull your belly button in. Keep holding onto your hips and notice they should be level with one another. We're not letting one kind of side hang out. We want to bring them even. And then from here, all I want us to do is step forward and step back with our right foot. Forward and back. Now, this is an easy place to kind of either bob up and down or let those hips start to hula dance, and we don't want either of those things. My point here, what I want you to concentrate on, is keeping the hips level. Now, your weight will obviously shift right and left a little bit as you naturally take that foot forward and back, but the idea is that we're minimizing the movement in our body as much as possible. So right now, while my right leg does move, my right hip is trying as hard as it possibly can to stay in line with the left. And you don't have to go as fast as me. You could go a little bit slower. It's not about that. But let's do one more step forward, step back, and then we'll do it on the left side. Forward and back. So we're staying in that nice little bent knee position on our right side while our left side moves. And just keep your hands on your hips so you have that awareness. Holding on to different parts of your bodies can give you a lot of tactile information about what's going on in your body. Now, do notice though, if you start to look down, you're probably going to lose some of that posture. We want to keep our gaze upright. You want to keep pulling your belly button in. All right, let's do one more. And then bring both feet back, and I want you to step the right foot forward and stay. Now from here, oops, as I fall over, you might too, that's okay. Lift up your back heel. Pull your belly button in. Now right now we're in a neutral spine, and if you're new to Pilates, what that means is that our natural curves are happening in our back. Everyone has some natural curves in their back, and in Pilates we either have a neutral spine or an imprinted spine. It's a little bit easier to feel imprinted spine when we're on the mat, but we're going to talk about it right now. So right now our neutral spine is happening, which means we've got a small little sway in the back of our body. That does not mean we're dumping everything out, of course. We're still standing up tall and straight, but that natural curve's going to happen. I want you to take one hand to your stomach and one hand to your back. Now really think of pulling your belly button in, drawing the ribs together, and then from here, this is going to be the tiniest tuck of your tail. I want you to turn on your low abdominal muscles so much that you almost tip the pubic bone forward just a little bit, and really think of activating those low abdominal muscles, and then release. Exhale, tone the tummy, lightly tip your pubic bone, lengthen through your low back, release. Let's do 3 more. Exhale as you do that little tip. Inhale, let it go. 2 more. Think of almost, I hate saying squeeze, but think of really squeezing those abdominal muscles or squeezing out all the air as you exhale and release. Last one. Hold that and stay. It's like you've eliminated that little sway in the back of your body. You're trying to make your spine as flat as it can be. Tone your tummy just a little bit more. Take a great big inhale. Now, as you exhale, I want you to lightly bend both knees. Inhale, straighten the knees just a little bit. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten. Now we want to keep that imprinted feeling. We want those deep, low abdominal muscles turned on the entire time. So don't let that booty pop out. None of that. We're keeping that small, ever so tiny tuck of your pubic bone. Last one. Hold right here. Tone your tummy a little bit more. Think of turning on those abdominal muscles even more, that you elongate that low back. Really feel everything drawing together towards the center of your body. Take one more breath. Stand up tall. Go ahead and pull your right foot in, and let's send our left foot forward, lightly bending the knee. Remember, your back heel is lifted, your front heel is down. Almost imagine drawing your inner thighs towards one another. We don't want to let our right knee kind of wing out to the side. We're staying parallel in our legs the whole time here. Now, just as we did on the other side, bring one hand to your stomach, one hand to your back. You can flip-flop it if you need to, whatever works best. And it's that same feeling of ever so lightly tipping your pelvic, your pubic bone forward and pulling your belly button in. Inhale, release. Exhale, tone and curl. Inhale, release. Exhale, tone and curl. Inhale, release. 2 more. Last one, tone and curl, stay, hold. Now again, we're just standing here. You could not be activating your whole body at all, and maybe you don't feel anything. But the more you engage your muscles, the more you're being mindful of your whole body, you can do small, simple movements and still get a great big workout. My abdominal muscles are shaking a little bit. I can feel them earthquake shaking right here. That's how much I want you to turn on your abdominal muscles. Let's do those little bends. Big inhale, prepare. Exhale, little bend. Inhale out. Exhale, tiny little bend. Do you see how small my little bend is? That's on purpose because my muscles are so engaged. And again, it's not a squeeze. It's just everything is almost electrified a little bit. I've turned on all of my muscles so much that just the tiniest movement can really make it challenging if I'm trying to keep everything else in my body totally still. I hope that makes sense to you. Leave me a comment if it doesn't. Last one, down, hold. Tone that tummy a little bit more. Take a big inhale. Exhale, step your foot back. Give yourself a wiggle. Now we're gonna come on down to our mat and keep thinking about those same little principles. I want you to lie yourself down, plant your feet into the floor, and now we're really going to talk about that neutral and imprinted spine. If, again, you're new to this, our neutral spine is not swaying our back. We're not trying to lift it up and away on purpose. But when I naturally lie down and I have my neutral spine, there is a small space. It is small. You might not be able to see it very well, but there is a little space between my low back and the mat. And that's because that's where my spine naturally curves. In an imprinted spine, I lightly press the small of my back down. Now, for my newer students and even my more advanced students, it's a wonderful way to protect your low back while we do some big, deep abdominal engagement. It also really helps to elongate that spine. And again, you've got that tactile cue. You can feel your low back pressing down. So even if a Pilates instructor maybe doesn't say to do an imprinted spine, if you know you feel more comfortable working that way, you should always feel like you can make that adjustment for yourself. So feel that imprinted spine beginning to happen, elongating. Pull your belly button in and broaden through the front of your body. Now, again, it might not look like we're doing anything. In fact, we're lying down, so we could be relaxing, but let's start to turn on our body. Starting from our feet, I want you to press down into the mat with both of your feet, just like we began class. That weight should be even between your front and your big and little toe, and between your toes and your heels. So you're pressing down evenly through the whole of your foot. Because I press down, I don't know about you, but that helps me really turn on the backs of my legs. My hamstrings are working just holding here. Now keep that feeling of drawing your inner thighs towards one another. We don't actually want to knock our knees in, but instead it's that imaginary feeling of a block between your knees and giving it a gentle squeeze to help turn on those inner thighs. Keep imprinting your spine. Draw your ribs together. Tone the belly. Notice, are your shoulders caving in? Could you open? Could you feel your shoulder blades connect to the ground? Take your hands down by your sides or out to a little V. Not a full T, a little V if we have them not right by us. Either way, take a great big inhale here. Exhale, cinch the waist, tone that belly, feel that abdominal engagement just like we had before when we were standing. And then from here, I want you to press deeper into your left foot. You press so hard into your left foot that you exhale and you must lift your right leg up. Now you can point, flex, or just have a soft toe, whatever works better for you. But notice what happened when you lifted up that leg. Did the weight in the back of your body shift at all? We want to keep it so level, so even. Let's hold right here. And then 5 times, I just want you to touch your toe down and then exhale, lift it up. Inhale, touch it down. Exhale, stomp into your left foot to lift. 3 more down and up at your own pace. 2 more. Last one, lift it up and stay. Now I want you to actively flex your foot. Now we're not only gonna press into the mat with our left foot, I now want you to press into the top of your right thigh with your right hand. So it's like I am trying to shove my left foot through the floor and I'm trying to press my right leg away with my right arm. And let's hold here and tone that belly for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax just a little bit. And then again, turn on all those muscles. Actively press your hand into your thigh. Press your thigh back into your hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more time. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the hand, set your right foot on the ground, immediately stamp it into the floor. Exhale, lift the left leg. Now again, did your weight shift at all? Maybe did one shoulder roll up? We want to keep the back of our body connected to the mat, including the back of our hands. And then let's touch our toe down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, touch our toe down. Exhale, tone that tummy, lift. 3 more down. Exhale, lift. Stomp into your right foot as you lift that left. Last one down, exhale, lift. Now flex your foot, take your left hand to the top of your left thigh, and let's do that little isometric movement where you actively press into your thigh, you actively press your thigh back into your hand, and we're still stamping our right foot into the ground. Let's do it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Notice, did your low belly pooch at all? We want to pull that belly button up and in. Again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the leg, set it down, but immediately stamp down, down, down into the mat. Broaden the shoulders, point your nose straight up to the sky. Tone your belly just a little bit more. Big, deep inhale. Stamp so much into your left leg that again you lift your right. Let's flex once more and press our hand into our leg. Now from here, I want you to take your left hand behind your head. As we continue to press our right hand into our right leg and our leg back into our hand, I want you to take a big inhale and then exhale, fold from the sternum, lift your head and chest up. Now this is not a yank of your neck up, and do you see that I've still got space between my chin and my chest? That's important. We want to keep that here. I want you to keep pressing into your leg so much that you have to tone the belly and curl up. That's the only option. Keep your left elbow opening out to the side. Let's hold here, toning the tummy, imprinting the spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Last time, press and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly let your head go. Relax the foot and hand down. Take a big inhale, stomp into the right, exhale, lift the left. Take your left hand to the top of the left thigh. Begin to find that engagement of our muscles, pressing into our leg, hand there, thigh back into hand, right hand behind your head, big inhale. Exhale, curl, fold yourself up. Space between chin and chest. Elbow open wide. Tone that tummy. Fold from the sternum. Press into your thigh. Let's tone and turn everything on for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. You can relax just a little. And then again, turn everything on for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the head go down. Relax the hand and foot. Immediately stomp into that left foot. Lift the right. Flex. Press into that leg. Take your hand behind your head again. Great, big, full inhale. Exhale, curl yourself up. Now, can we keep this whole leg engaged without the hand there? Can you keep turning on all those muscles, just like if you had the floor beneath you or your hand on your thigh, and then reach your right hand down by your hip. Now from here, we're keeping all of our low body totally turned on, engaged. We're folding from our sternum. And now this time, I want you to think of bringing your left shoulder towards your right knee. So not the elbow, we're not curling that elbow in, but that shoulder is lifting up and over towards our knee. Take a big, deep inhale. Exhale, lift up and twist just a little bit. Inhale, relax. Exhale, twist. Inhale, relax. Exhale, twist. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, twist. Inhale, let it go. 2 more twists. Relax. Last one, twist. Can you stay here? Fold from that sternum more. Think of a little string pulling your shoulder towards your knee. Reach your fingertips away. Keep activating that whole leg. Take a great big full inhale. Slowly return to center. Lower your head, your chest. Set the foot down. Immediately stamp down into that leg and lift the opposite. Right, left hand to left thigh. Right hand underneath your head. Great big inhale. Exhale, fold and lift up. Press into the top of your leg. Flex that foot. Activate your entire leg. Open your elbow nice and wide. And then when you're ready, send your left hand long down by your side. Same thing here. Big, deep, full inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, relax. Exhale, twist. Inhale, relax. Have you forgotten about stamping into the right leg? Let it go. Let's do 2 more. Let it go. Last one. Hold. Reach long through that left hand. Turn on the whole left side of your body. Cinch your waist a little bit more. Maybe lift up 1/2 inch more. Big, deep inhale. Gently relax, bring everything down. Walk your feet in a little bit more, hands down by your sides, broaden your shoulders, put a big, giant smile on your face. That was a challenging little abdominal series. Keep pressing into your feet so much that you now tip your pelvis up. It's like you've done that extreme imprinted spine, and you're slowly, slowly, slowly rolling all the way up towards our bridge pose. Nose pointing to the sky, shoulders pressing down. Keep the arms activated here. Turn on that spot where your thigh and your glute connect. Squeeze your imaginary block. Take a great big full inhale. Great big breath out. And then from here, all I want us to do is roll about halfway down. So the top of our back begins to touch the mat, but our low back will not. So stop when about halfway down the spine you feel the ground beneath you. Take a big inhale. Press through your whole foot and roll yourself all the way back up to your bridge. Inhale, roll about halfway down, keeping those shoulders nice and broad. Exhale, press and roll up. So our whole body should be engaged this entire time. We're never relaxing, because who wants to do that in a Pilates class? You're here to do some wonderful things for your body. If you do need a break though, don't feel bad about that. You should always be mindful of what's going on in your body and just listen to whatever's calling to it. Let's do 2 more of our little half up and down bridges. And notice, where's the weight in your feet? Last one, it should still be just as even as it was when we began class. Lift up and pause. Tone your inner thighs towards one another just a bit more. Squeeze that spot where your thigh and your glute connect. Oh my goodness, I feel everything in my low body so turned on. 1 more big inhale. Exhale, gently roll all the way down. Elongate your legs. Take a big deep stretch from the tip of your toes through your body. And when you're ready, we will roll to one side and push ourselves up to a seat. As always, give yourself a great big pat on the back and say thank you for doing something so good and just for you. I certainly hope you enjoyed class, and I can't wait to see you again.